Back in September, I wrote a blog post talking about escaping the comfort zone. When I wrote this, I felt really discouraged about where I was at and the lack of trying new things in my day to day life. That feeling has since resurfaced, and I figured now would be as good a time as any to be able to talk about this topic once again. Lately, I've been feeling a lot of uncertainty and doubt with what I want to do in my life. The good news is that I know for a fact that I'm not the only one feeling this way. I know what I'm good at and I know what I want to improve on. I just don't know how to incorporate that into everyday life, especially my own.
This has me sink into my little comfort bubble, and I choose to get distracted by things far too easily to ignore the greater problems going on around me. The best way I've been able to combat this has been switching up my daily routines and setting a bedtime schedule. Yes, a bedtime schedule.
That might sound ridiculous, but I've found setting a specific time to go to bed and to wake up each and every day has actually helped me significantly.
I've also picked up a daily goal of being active for at least 30 minutes or more if possible. Apple Fitness has really helped with that too.
As far as the creative fear goes, this is how I'm tackling that fear. This right here, being in front of a camera, is very uncomfortable and very difficult for me to do. I stopped making videos a long time ago because I felt like I just wasn't as good at it. I didn't think that what I was making was any good just because I didn't pick up on it as easily as I did with photography. I mean, I went to college to study TV and film production, and I ended up leaving college knowing more about photography than actually anything involving film or TV production. That's not a bad thing, that's just the direction that my college career took me. And I'll be honest, I was afraid of the challenge that filmmaking and videography presented. Just because it didn't come as easy to me as photography isn't a valid reason to stop doing that. It's just an excuse. And of course, just like anything else, it takes time and practice.
I feel like many people have told me something similar to this already, but it wasn't until a friend of mine convinced me to try Matt D'Avella's Master YouTube course. I'm not finished with the course yet, but I guess you could say it's already made an impact on me since I'm here doing this right now.
This right here is helping me escape my comfort zone. Forget whatever anyone else thinks, or unless it's constructive, of course. You have to do what makes you happy. I want to get back into doing this because I know that this makes me happy. But I've also been seeking perfection in videos, which, if I don't know what I'm doing, obviously that's going to come with time and practice, like I just mentioned. But again, that's just another excuse instead of just doing it. I feel like I have an entire, I have so much footage of me just trying to do this right now, trying to make sure that the lighting is perfect when I don't even have a ton of great lighting for a setup like this, instead of just working with what I have. That's just how I've been. Also, trying to read a script like this, awful. It's terrible. I hate it. I find it much easier just kind of talking off the top of my head like this, but I don't want to stray away from the video too much.
So for me this time around, escaping the comfort zone is tackling the problem head on. Diving into the water knowing it's going to be cold. To me, sitting here in front of this camera shouldn't be any different than when I made the decision to move to Austin. Though you don't know what to expect, you take that leap of faith. I'm not looking for perfection, I'm just getting it done. I'm sure this is something that you've heard before, I know I have, but there is a difference between hearing it versus doing it. I often find it's so easy to consume rather than to create, whether it's mindlessly scrolling through Instagram or playing video games.
But if creating is something that you truly do love, then you need to just focus on doing it. Just do it, right? Not sponsored by Nike. But in all seriousness, it's just a habit that needs to be built.
Getting in a creative space and getting as organized as possible to find the most efficient workflow. It's something that's worked on each and every day. The best thing is that it's always changing, just like you are.
So don't be too hard on yourself. Do what you gotta do to get back on track, get it done, and everything can fall into place a lot easier. I don't really have an ending for this. Thanks for watching. I guess the main takeaway from this is just like we're all growing human beings. We all learn, and we all learn things every day. And I know I wanted to make this video not only because I feel like I have to after taking Matt Diavella's course, but at the same time, this is how I've been feeling and why I haven't been making any kind of content here on YouTube. And I really want to get back on track with that. So if you're feeling the exact same way, I hope that there's something that you could take away from this. The best thing I could recommend is literally just putting yourself in this uncomfortable situation and just doing it. I think it really is just like jumping into a pool of water. If you tiptoe in it, it's gonna be a lot more painful instead of just diving right in. Just make sure it's not shallow, so you don't want to get hurt. But no, seriously, I think just doing it, like literally just getting it done, even if it's not perfect. I don't have a great background or anything. I literally have spent so much time trying to figure out what's going on in my background that I've been less focused on me or the content or anything. And I can't stress enough that like I don't think people care about that as much. They care about the creator and what they're saying or what they're showing. That's it. So it's weird being back. It's weird doing this again. But thanks for watching. And we'll do the weird little. I don't have a good transition, so I'll see you guys later.